Yo, 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 yo. New year. New year, everybody. Guys, I already have some of my resolutions set out. I really do. I really do. And if you can tell, yes, I did have to thin out my bangs. Because, okay, well, honey, you shouldn't climb on the fluff of the dress. We're learning that lesson, okay? It's okay. She wants to eat the dress, is the issue. So that's fun. Fit check first and foremost. Oh god, forgot. I didn't realize I had my camera flipped, so... You guys see that change? That's why. I'm only four days late. But technically I didn't miss a stream because I said it was gonna be late. She attests. It's just a New Year's stream. That's it. We're discussing New Year's resolutions. And that's it. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fun. I feel like that's good enough. I feel like that's fine. One of her new resolutions is to bother me when she knows I'm overstimulated. If you can't tell by my nasally voice, I was a little bit sick. Just a little. It comes with the job that I have. When you work around middling young adults and children, sometimes you just catch some things, and I didn't realize I hadn't been taking my vitamins as much. So that was my shortcoming. Thankfully, just a cold. I love living life. It's a little bit. Here's the thing. I take in my brains. I think when there are certain seasons, you should mask a lot more. I fully agree with masking on a more daily basis. Sort of like how other countries have it more normalized. This is just my opinion. So I mask whenever, if I'm in an airport, I will. Public transport, I'm not on it very often anymore, but when it's gonna be a crowd, I know that's when I do it. I'm aware for some people that's bare minimum, but it's just normal for here. And I do it anytime I feel sick. Obviously I'm in my home right now, so I'm not doing that. But good heavens, I salute everyone who does it on a more like daily, consistent basis. I salute you, because the looks I was getting. What? At first I thought maybe it's just because I'm wearing the mask weird, because to be fair, the ones I have, a little bit too big for my face, because I bought them in bulk, because I need them in bulk. So I had to wear hairpins to put them up. Is that bad? Is that wrong? It did the job. I thought that's what they were looking at. No. The thing is, when I have to do the pins, I have to pre-do them. This was something that even happened when I was back in high school. During the, would it be first wave of pandemic? Because I don't know how you would phrase that, because it's not like the pandemic of the flu truly ends, or the pandemic of COVID has ever really ended, but there's a specific frame of time of which I mean. I think people just call it lockdown period. People would get so mad if you wore a mask in the car. And that happened to me just the other day. I have to make a mechanism to put this thing on. What? Bear with me. Damn. I'm trying to do bare minimum here and not get other people sick. And now I feel shamed. What? Just why? Just why? I do wish people, if they were feeling sick, would mask more often. It's, again, because of where I work, it is very commonplace for that to happen, or more consistent basis. So I'm getting, when you go around a Southern family, for some reason, I used to get talkings to about being embarrassing for wearing one. I don't know if I've ever really overcome that train of thought. That was a weird point of time where that was just a thing that was happening. I don't know. But again, I do think just wearing any kind, if you know there's an airborne sickness around in the season, you could protect yourself a little. You could do some preventive measures. You can. It's okay. It's fine. It's completely normal. You can get cute ones too. It's okay. And you don't have to. It'll be okay. That's my point. I think most people should try to wear them a bit more often. My opinion. I'm not on the camp of we're going to be wearing one 100% of the time of every day in our homes too, and we need constant like air purifiers that only a select few of people can really afford. I can't do that because some of this shit ain't cheap, and that's just how that is. But again, that's just where I fall into things. I just think it should be more of a common courtesy to wear it a bit more often, or just into a daily practice. If you feel bad, put one on. Feel something coming up in your lungs, just put one on. Feel sniffly, put one on. It's just, and I know sometimes it's asymptomatic. Hopefully other people are being careful. That's, again, herd immunity only works in a certain way. It's a whole thing. But that would be my perfect world where everyone did it a bit more consistently. But not a perfect world, given everything. Good heavens. My computer is not charging. That's so evil. Oh, it didn't go in. That's not funny. That's not funny. I put it to the side and the magnet made me think it was in. Anyway, we are maybe 4 days in. America is up to the same bullshit that it's always up to. Now, I've stated my opinions on America's goings on many of times. Again, history major. I've studied America's wrongs, especially in the American military. That was a 2-year class I took. You need to get more comfortable with the fact that America is evil. You have to get used to that. It was built evilly. It will continue doing things evilly. However, saying that, the idea that any other imperialist nation is morally better, we're not ranking these. One country is not better just because America is bad. I think you just need to get comfortable with thinking every government a little bit awful. Now, there is a scale of awfulness. There really is. And America isn't at a certain scale as much as you might think it is. It is an evil country. We are an evil country. However, the scale of living conditions does vary. That is something you have to understand. So when you see people who are being intervened on by an American imperialist force, taking some hope in the fact that their living conditions caused by a dictator might get slightly less worse, not better, slightly less worse, you don't have to say, well, you stupid bitch, guess what's coming? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. If the only... That's a tension breaker, I guess. If the only hope these people have is an imperialist force stepping in, that's just desperation. You kind of have to meet people where they're at. However, dictatorship doesn't mean you can throw out certain conventions of how international law is functioned. So I'm happy for every Venezuelan that is happy right now. I think the American Empire, if any government, if the American Empire fucks with the wrong government and they get consequences for it, we fundamentally as a country do deserve it. That is my opinion. If we keep doing bullshit, and I don't know what kind of game of chicken the world theater is on right now. I know what it is. But if we're just gonna keep letting it's just gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep escalating. That's not what anyone wants. And while if this, again, I don't want to overstep on people who are celebrating a dictator being gone. I hope that is great for you. I hope I genuinely hope you find some peace in that. But if America is allowed to continuously do that, it is going to escalate and going to get worse. That is my opinion on that. Especially with America's history in South America and Latin. It doesn't have a good precedence. So I do worry. However, like I said, don't want to overstep people who are genuinely, I know some people are very frightened, very discombobulated, and just waiting, holding a breath. I would acknowledge those too. I just need people who are like, if America doesn't like him, he's not a dictator. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I don't know who, I don't, here's the thing. There's this thing I see on TikTok a lot where it's like, oh, if we say certain verbiage, the American government, it's manufacturing this idea that we're okay with it. I hate to tell you, they're gonna do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. Because what do people do? Nothing. We have sign contests. And that's it. What are they worried for? Nothing. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. We're not gonna be the ones mainly dealing with this. It is going to be immigrants. It is going to be the people in these countries that we're invading on for oil. They're gonna deal with this, not us. So I do need people on TikTok and Twitter to just reel it back. Reel it back. Because what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Just, why about you? Why? Just, why? I'm gonna add a command at some point. I just need to figure out a good one or bot to do it on for just regular resources, master threads, anything like that. I want to add that at some point. I do need to go through and clean up some of my other commands. That's a New Year's resolution. One of my New Year's resolutions, besides continuously spreading, well, I don't know if I'll get, a notice sent to my job, but I want to continue making sure people in my regular life know bad, government bad. We need to know it bad. So where I'm at, you kind of have to explain it like a caveman so that they don't accuse you of communism for whatever, or being you're anti this country, you need to lose your job. Whatever. If you've watched my streams enough, you should know most of my governmental opinions. I think I've done entire streams where I just shit talk America, and I would love to continue to do more. I love doing that. I also love shitting on random stuff I see on Twitter. I do want to quell some of my negativity. However, I can't lie. Sometimes it is deserved. Sometimes it's needed. Because I hardly ever doubt that people on Twitter will see it, or the people on TikTok will ever see it. I just don't assume that's gonna happen. And sometimes it's just annoying. And normally if I bring it up on stream, I've thought about it at least a little bit. I'm still opening to learn anything else if people want to tell me anything. And I'll probably make an addendum at some point or another if I go back and do more stuff comes out. But again, like I said, everything bothers me a lot when it comes to online because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What was today's TikTok stuff that got stuck on my For You page? I don't remember. It was something stupid. It was something stupid. I don't remember what it was, but I know there was one part that just pissed me off. I can't remember what it was. Thank you. I really needed that. It's like she's doing a stress ball for me. And I need that. I think it was something. I just don't remember. There's some sides of Discord I was like, no one here is a part of this. So what the fuck are you talking about? There was one where it's like, yada yada yada. I think it was like adoption stuff, and it's like, what is anyone talking about right now? What is anyone talking about? I think there are just some things that are a bit more, because there's like 10 different sides, and then there's 10 other different sides, and then no one can agree because everyone has a different point, and they can agree on a certain point, but there's always going to be that one point that no one's going to agree on. And I don't know, I just don't know why. Why does it keep happening? I don't know. Other than I know people like to argue, and obviously my algorithm knows I like to listen continuously a lot. A lot. And I do talk shit about people who give it too much attention. So that's why I only keep it to at least one stream. I will never do much more. Just depends on the day. It just, no. Teacher TikTok. That one bothers me a lot. There was a trend of people talking to the children they teach, or fake talking to children that they teach. It's a whole phenomenon. I hope that gets left in 2025. You know what? That's what this is going to be. Ins and outs, 2025. Okay. Let's discuss. Oh God, I can't even get a thing up here. I was going to do window capture, but I did a really fun thing. Why are you not on? I did a really fun thing. A really fun thing, and I don't want any judgment. Okay. One of my resolutions, no spend year. So I did some spending before the new year to get some miscellaneous items. One of them is a laptop stand, which essentially makes my Surface a laptop. More computery. It's on a stand right now. However, this does mess with how I have my tabs. So I don't know how to get that to work, essentially. This is odd. And I forgot I put chat over there too. Ooh, I have to go over here. I don't know. We'll just talk. We'll talk. We'll discuss outs. Outs first. If you, under any circumstance, start going, how loud is this music? I thought I turned it down. I might have kept it turned down. It's been turned down this whole time. Okay, see, it has this thing where it doesn't stay up, and I want it to stay up, because it doesn't show me the icons. Whatever, it's okay. It's fine. I'll live, mostly. Anyway, like I was saying, do I want a tab open for this, like a notepad? I don't know. I would have to make a Google Doc. I don't feel like opening Google Docs. Is Notepad an app I have on here? Oh, I just hate this. Actually, like I hate this so much. Oh, and as you can tell, okay. Well, that's just not something I have. Okay, we'll keep it away. We'll just keep it a chatter-rooney. Okay. Outs. Teacher TikTok, where you very obviously hate the children. Very obviously hate the children / have a weird superiority complex with the children and the parents. And it's okay. I think disliking parents of some of these kids' parents are characters in their own right. I've experienced this again where I work. It's okay. And also in previous jobs, sometimes parents let their kids get away with a lot of stuff. But good heavens, do you need to have some compassion? I'm not even saying empathy, because empathy, you don't need to be in their shoes. I don't think you necessarily need to understand be in their shoes. You should just be nice / kinder. And I know it's exhausting. I know that. But good God, some of you take it out on these children. And it's weird. There's certain aspects. Showing the kids homework to show the literacy crisis on something that is not good for a high school assignment. I cannot stand it. Why are they doing an infographic, sophomores in high school, on story structure? That's not a good study planner. What are we talking about? What are we doing? It's just... I just... There are a lot of things you can do to illustrate the literacy crisis. You can literally talk about anything. You can talk about how even spelling or reading is taught. But something that's effectively your assignment mistake? No. Another out. Composing shots of your TV show to be perfect for a TikTok or an Instagram reel. Any of that, go away. Out of the door. Ridiculous. Just no. Stop this madness. Stop it. I hate this. I hate this so much. Just nothing interesting. Everything's a dolly shot. Everything's this same color grading. Or everything looks like a fucking Hyundai commercial. Everything looks like a fucking commercial. Stop this. Please. Stop. That was my mind control. Another out. We're gonna quick fire as fast as I can. Hold on. I have to think. Undisclosed ads. People still doing them on TikTok all the time. Goodreads. I'm not explaining that. Reviews where it's obvious you just want something else from this. Just completely different. That's just not how that works. There's an essence of reviews that you need to understand when reviewing, which is you have to go with what it's trying to be, not what you want it to be. And that's something I also have to acquaint myself with when I'm reading or doing anything like that, including watching TV. You have to know what it's trying to be, and when you critique it as if it's trying to be something else, which is fundamentally what you want it to be, this is a completely different kind of critique. It's just not, it doesn't function as well. Because there's, no offense to this one person on Tumblr who is very pro-Hive from Pluribus, but they were talking about, it just feels so alien. You know, this come out of left field. Again, this is a sci-fi show, and it says outright this is a virus from alien technology, and that it killed millions of people. You want this to be something it's not. And I get it, and AU can go, write to a Word document. But let's reel it on a little bit. Just throwing it out there. Another out. Cartoon book covers. Sometimes they're cute, and I will make an exception. But in no universe should you be writing, just under no universe can I there has to be a dissonance between this really cutesy cover, corporate cutesy cover, and then fisting mentioned 15 times a page. No, get more creative. Get more creative. You have to show. You know, whatever happened to those like slightly photoshopped models? I personally hate real people on them, but it can't be the same thing over and over. Come on. It just feels like I don't know what's a nice way of saying this. It feels like you don't know the vibe of your own story besides certain things, whether that be romance or that be sex. There are some times where the cartoon cover is done well though, and that's when it knows what the theme is. And if the theme is just, you know, beach, it's gonna get lame a little bit quick, to be fair. But if there is something that it can do to play on those themes and put them in the cover, that's cute. That can be cute. But when it's just, you can see this on a flyer on Canva, I think, come on. Come on. Now, when we get to judging actual covers, sometimes the very high grade, high detailed art doesn't fit as well. And I'm angry about it. I'm very angry about it. It's a whole thing for me. It's a whole thing. It happened to me once and I will refuse every single time. Out. Defending America or the American identity. So like, this is meant to be quick fire, but whatever. I'm gonna explain my points. There are so many people. I'm sorry if I giggle a lot to not take rest as much. Very sorry. I do it to help myself. But there are a lot of people who do not understand fundamentally the history of United States. And this is not me saying America exceptionalism, but in reverse, because we're the most evil of entities. I'm saying you guys are... What do you think America was made for? As a colony, as a settler colony, what do you think it was made for? Genuinely. Because it wasn't something good. It wasn't something good. Too frequently, I see America compared to other imperialist colonization. Those are two separate things, by the way. I know sometimes I use it interchangeably. These are two different functions. If you need to be told what those are, that's okay. Imperialism is taking over territory. That's a whole thing. Taking over territory, kind of implementing yourself. However, not fully absorbing. They are technically still themselves, but now you have a little too much territory. Now they have to split some things, resources, yada yada yada. When it gets to colonization, it is full absorption, you are now part of this. If you want differences, there's what America did to Puerto Rico versus what America did to the nation of Hawaii. These are, one's imperialism, one is colonization. There's also a notion that colonization only is based in white supremacy. Technically, but there are a lot. I mean, when white people do it, yes. But many other nations have done colonialism, as well as imperialism, and it's important that you know that. It's important that you know that. America's not the only one who does it. Many other places have done this. And it is out of a intra-race superiority, and I think a lot of people don't know how, like, if you ask an American, how many races are in Japan, or I'm mixing it up, my bad. How many ethnicities are in Japan? I don't think they'd be able to answer you. I don't think so. If you ask a white person how many nationalities are in the UK, I don't think they'd know. I don't think they could tell you just how many are in. What in the world do you have? Hold on. Hold on. Part of my rant. wah, wah, wah. Have to move that. I didn't know that fell when I was taking everything off. Like I was saying, there is a lot of inter-community imperialism that does happen. When white people do it, yeah, it's for a form of white supremacy, and I think we've talked about how white supremacy can also go into white people, that the not superior white people, but the people who think they're superior white people will do to other white people. This can still be colonization. As well. All colonization is imperialism, not all imperialism is colonization. Sorry if I do not explain that correctly or accurately in a good comprehensible way. I didn't, my job is a little bit different from a teacher, but I work around, so I still have to know how to tell people things. My bad. But as I was saying, those notions don't really help when we have to understand imperialism and colonization grand scale, grand historical scale. So when we discuss an evil entity like the colonial settler state of Israel, you need to understand America was once the same settler colonial state, even with the same, we are owed this from God mentality. Unless manifest destiny means nothing to memory. America's done this. So I cannot stand the idea that people perpetuate that these are fundamentally different evils. They're not. They're not. So many people have just gotten so used to American imperialism that they'll just be like, well, and I don't know if maybe it's because we say America is so evil, but we don't give examples, that people just kind of get desensitized to it, or maybe it's just so normalized that people don't really understand that this is bad. This is bad. You are on land that was, people lived here. And they were killed. What do you... I don't know. Just I know some people think America and Israel are the same country. They're not. We fund them. But Israel's more British related. It's a whole thing. If you want to say American and British, technically the same thing. In a sense. I mean, everything's imperial nation, but come on, guys. Come on. Hop to it. I don't know. I just don't like the idea where people will... It is mostly Americans who will be very rightfully anti-Israel. But if you say the words land back to them, what's wrong with you? Land back or reparations? You can't support it in your own place? Come on. Just pitiful. Just, you can't do anything? I don't know. That kind of just goes into the performative nature of it, because so many people are also using Israel as a way to be completely anti-Semitic. And it's just, no, you cannot post slurs. You cannot post slurs. You cannot post slurs about Jewish people. You cannot deny Holocaust. You cannot do that. But I think when people think that they are morally in the right, they kind of take it as the chance to do whatever they want to do to boost themselves up. I don't know, when people get on a high horse, they would like to see you dead in the dirt. so that they can stay on it. I don't know. You should probably just not, you're not on a horse. You're in real life. My opinion on that. So, America Defenders, boo. No. I do want to add a couple linebacker ones if I cannot find a good master list that does have one, because I know a lot of them don't. And I don't understand that. I just don't. Some of them are made by Americans, but with no thought of indigenous people here. I don't know. It is. I don't want to say it is what it is, but this is the state of maybe liberalism right now. I don't know. The leftists on TikTok are too busy arguing to actually do stuff. So everybody has some roads they gotta fix. Whole thing going on. Whole thing. So yeah, that one's out. What's another that pisses me off? Some things really piss me off, but then I start whining over time. Accusing random artists who might just be a little bit bad of AI. Reel it in. Because you see something, it's like, damn, I didn't know if we were meant to do that. Like, come on. Just, please, just out. Also, obviously not knowing certain things about AI, but still towing certain lines. Let's leave that out. Let's keep our facts straight, babes. Who are those two people on reality TV shows? Some of the Love Island cast, just out. No more. No more. I don't want to see anymore. My opinions. Very obviously body checking trends. You're out. Put it. Oh my god. They're just, you know what it is. You know what you're doing. My waist. You know what you're doing. You're body checking. Please, just not in public. Not a public 100,000 trend. No. Please. I was gonna say Letterboxd, but I like Letterboxd sometimes. Trying too hard to be funny in reviews. You're out. Yo. We're talking resolutions in and outs of 2025. So far, my in and outs have been Goodreads, Defending America, trying to be too funny in reviews, bad reviews, teacher TikTok. A lot of it is TikTok. Try to think of more. Oh, and not advertising. Oh my god. Wow. Anytime I say the word America, I imagine that. Just whole thing. What other ones? There's random things that piss me off every year. Hating random female characters when you like the same thing in the male characters. That's to the pit. I know the next season is coming in like a couple days. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun saying that twice in a row. That'll be great. pretending producer actors just because you like their characters are good people. That also goes in with the pit. But no. What's some more? Insurance rates randomly going up on a random fucking Tuesday with no notification. You can't tell me. That's out. You're out. Minimalist housing. You're out. And I mean that like the interior decorating. You know what I mean? Like where they turn it into like, what's the best, like a commercial house, like not a lived-in house, a commercial house. No, a house should have charm. It should not be post-modern. Every piece of furniture is beige or white. We have two shapes in this house. Square, circle. I have $1 million. You're out. You're out. You're doomed. Bringing snakes into people's work. Do I use OBS? Yes. Is it glitching? Is it glitching? Please don't scare me. If it's really bad, let me know. Dorito, you've scared me. Now I have to check. My volume is not on. Is it okay? It looks somewhat fine, I think. No idea on volume though. Are you am I frozen or am I just not looking up? I forgot mobile delay. Okay. Mobile delay is bad. I just messed with the white balance a lot. So hopefully that helped. And I got a bunch of new lights. So that helped a little bit. Because before it was bad. I acknowledge that. And I have my little pseudo ring light, which is just a regular lamp. And my little laptop stand. And guys, you can hear my click-clack computer. If I can get... This should not turn off so much. Why are you doing this? Hello, thank you. Hold on. Let me just listen. Just listen. Hashtag ASMR. Fire. It's really cute. Mostly. Hold on. What's another out? The concept of log house. Out. You're out. True crime YouTubers. I have my exceptions. They're not better. I just can stomach it a little bit more. And I know I'm a hypocrite for it. Out. In no universe should you go on a tour of true crime. No. That one pissed me off. That one genuinely angered me. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna go on a tour and it's gonna be fun for the girls. And we're discussing real life murder. Get over yourself. No. Because damn. $5.89. Why is it fine on my phone? I can't lower the video quality. That's just white balance. Hold on. Let me watch. Video mode.
I don't know how to lower that. Ooh, I don't really know. Hello? Well, that's odd. It looks completely fine on my phone. This is evil. Oh, well, it did. Well, hold on. No, that wasn't my phone pausing. Hold on. Because I haven't boosted my settings. This is the same quality as at last time. What the hell? I believe you, I just don't know how to fix it. Hold on. Let me see if it's something I can see on my computer. Because I can see my drop frames. It's how it is normally in the first place. I decided to give myself a name this time. I think I said it like on my, when I actually changed it. I could not think of that many related puns. Do you know how hard that is? I didn't think it'd be hard. Okay. I'm watching me. I'm waiting. Okay, I'm not seeing. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if I can fix that. Maybe my Wi-Fi was cutting out. I don't know. I'll have to look on the VOD to see if it's something I can actually fix. Because they've been doing fine for a while and I haven't bumped anything. So it might just be my internet. I don't know. I do not know. We'll have to troubleshoot after. Because right now it looks fine. What was the last outlet I said? Log house? Stop it. Stop it. Just enough. Just enough. The concept. The concept. The concept of becoming one after making your entire channel about them. I just can't fathom that. I can't fathom that. That's the kind of community, if that is the community you are making, no. Other apps, Twitch communities, if you're, okay, maybe the other streamers, maybe cannot. If your Twitch chat, YouTube comments, anything, if they are awful, there is a reason. This is my point. If you go into a popular streamer Twitch chat and it's like, oh my god, it's so awful, that is the community they built. That's what's happened there. I hate it when they do that with like streamers that have who are assholes. This is the nicest way I can say this. Who are assholes? And they're like, why is it like this? Because they're awful. And if they don't put in the work to make it not awful or to moderate, it's not gonna happen. It's just not. So I do need, step it up. Same way, if you say something stupid in chat, I do normally correct you. And I try to be nice about it, but if you do it too many times, I will just, I used to do it like every day. It was crazy. There was a long time. But that was, I think people just did that because poor phone quality stream. People just love going in there. I mean, like, how can I bait you into doing XYZ. I don't know. Guys. I just don't know. More outs. Do not message streamers on Instagram. Please don't. Most importantly, do not ask if it's okay to send or talk about anything not safe for work. No. The answer is no. No. Let's think. I'm gonna hold your hand. Why the fuck would that be okay? What went through your mind in that? No. No, and fuck you. Just keeping it real. More outs. Trying to sell me a credit card, a grocery store credit card. If I already say no. If I go into this grocery store multiple times, and you know me, I know you, I can recognize when you're on shift. And you ask me multiple times for a credit card? Like for a store credit card? No. If I say no, just listen to that. More. Not understanding that consent can also be not sexual. If someone says no, consent and boundaries. However, boundaries are yours. They don't apply to other people normally. It is what you won't put up with. They are not on other person to enforce. They're on you to enforce. If they break it, you leave. That is how a boundary sets. They're on you to enforce in more of an interpersonal level. I know some people use the term boundary a little more liberally, but that's what we're talking here. Those are not necessarily sexual. So if I say no to like a normal thing, and you're like, yeah, learn to take a no. Just please. That is a message to some of my dear family members. Because what the hell? I can't say no anymore. I don't know. That's one of those things where if this conversation happened far and wide, on a more normal basis, we could talk about certain aspects of there were things in high school I never wanted to go to. I very explicitly was distressed at the idea of going to, and I was like, no, please do not make me, and I was made to anyway. If we could talk about that as normal, hey, this is still somewhat guilt-tripping coercive, in a normal sense, well, maybe we'd get somewhere. Because people really do. People will violate consent in a normal setting, and then it's normalized through everything. Because everyone feels entitled to everything. That's another out. Stop feeling so entitled. I also need to do that to myself every time I see some sales, and I'll get upset where I can't apply to it. No. It's awful. I hope for the best on it. Every single time. More. We'll get all the complaining out first. Online ads, where very clearly the first couple scrolls are either completely fake or Photoshop, and then the real ones on the last one, and it's completely different. It's got me a couple times. You evil company. Ah. Is there any more I can think of? Not really. So let's think positives. Ends. Ignoring color analysis if it does not fit your current style at the moment. Because one of my favorite streams is doing the color analysis quizzes, and I just don't agree with it. It's okay. I like changing all the colors I wear. Like, 24/7. So, you know, I'll find one eventually, and it won't be now, and that's okay. Fake piercings. Sometimes the actual piercing is a little too dangerous. / it does not fit like your cartilage or anything like that. And sometimes I think maybe just getting a temporary one will help better than getting the full-on piercing outright. This is why I want a fake septum. And I know someone might say, oh, you faux septum haver theory. Huh. I do not care. I do not care. I don't. I just don't. So, bye. I would love those. Cute temporary tattoos that aren't simply for children. I would love some good temporary tattoos. Love them. Some of the ends are just gonna be shit I want. More accessible research articles. Because you realize once you're no longer in college, you lose a lot of access to a lot of research material. Why can I not do regular research on a regular Tuesday? Huh? I should be allowed. Ends. No paywalls. No paywalls. On newspapers, you should not have a paywall. That might be an app, but whatever. No paywalls. More ends. You know what? Asymmetrical bangs. I think some people can rock them. And this is not just because I had to cut mine because they were not even. Because they weren't. I didn't realize. Ends, masking more regularly. Ends, chapstick. I love chapstick. Ends, being normal about people. Yup. There's this one tweet I keep thinking of that makes me think people just don't know how to be normal about other people. And it's like, oh my god, you people can't do anything. Yeah, some people can't. What now? What now? How do you want to approach this now? That's my opinion. In arriving early. I'm trying to be more conscientious. Another in looking up the grocery store prices before you go, making the list then, and then adding it up to know your budget. I think more people know how to do grocery planning than I actually do. I was never taught. So I'm trying it now. Again, ends. No spend months, no spend weeks. I'm currently going to do a no spend year. We'll see how long that lasts. Because I'm trying to not spend as much as I can. This is ends, spreadsheets, budgeting. Ends, window shopping instead of actually shopping, because it can be just as fun. You don't have to buy anything and it can still be fun. I know some people like kind of shopping socially. You can do it through the windows. Through windows, just looking inside and just not getting anything. I know some store owners do think it's rude. This stuff costs $200, not even $200. There's one place that, just going in there, I just go, I can't, because I go there with my family member, and they're like, oh, well, you know, maybe if it's on sale. It's never a good enough sale to warrant it. And it's like, but it could be for like a special occasion, maybe. This is a very fashion-headed family member. No. You want me to buy something on sale? because instead of $500, it's $200. No. That no. I refuse to do that. I refuse to do that. If I buy anything that is not a resold computer for up to $200, there's a parasite in my brain that you guys need to get rid of. That is the level we are at. If it gets to that. Because what the hell? What the hell? That's wrong. That's wrong. I thought I would like it, and I don't. But it's the Twitch chat thing. Ugh. I want to change the font, but I don't know any good fonts. Because I don't, it's okay. But yada yada yada. If I do the other one, it's cuter a little. It just is. My opinion. Oh god. Which one do I have the chat on? Oh, that one. Okay. Let me see. See, because I think that's cuter. Sorry. Sorry. I think that one's cuter. This is my opinion. Guys, what do you think? Is that one cuter or that? Or is it kind of tiny? Hold on. Oh god, it needs to go fast. Oh, Jesus. I don't know where the other browser one is. Fuck, it's all the way down here. Is that or that one cuter? Occasionally I can see that one, but I have to be like kind of leaning to the side. I might just have to make it smaller. I don't know. Which one? Is it Socrates or Socratic? You know what word I'm trying to say. And yeah, talking to myself, yes, that is my hobby. Apparently. More ends. Choreless. I've seen that. I'm not going to buy it because, again, no spin meter. And it's technically not essential because I can just write it down myself. Those things where it's like which chores to do which day and it just tells you what you need to do on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly, those are great. Those are great ideas. I am going to write one down myself and just put it on my fridge. I have so many fridge magnets. I got them as gifts. So again, no spin year, it's happening. But I have it right now, and I think I have 10 different notes to myself on them. One of them is to take my trash out, which I did today. Yay. It had built up from cardboard, from the gifts. There's still some in my room that I need to get rid of. There's one about no spending. I'm trying to remember which ones are up there. And then I have a stream schedule up there. So we do have one for this week. And I'm forcing myself to do them. If I don't do them, you can bother me on Twitter or Instagram. Either one of these things. Do not do it on Instagram, actually. I will just get annoyed. I also need to post on Instagram at some point. I have really cute pictures. And I just never post them. Those. We have a schedule this week. And it is fully just every day I work, I will come back. And later that night I will stream. So any day I work is a day I will stream. I'm setting off the days that I don't work. This is tentative for forever. But this is just a test run to see what are my favorite ones. Because I want to have recording days so that I can do certain stuff on those days. Because I found out that the streaming part really will throw off my computer from playing certain games. And I want to still be able to play those games. But some of them are just never going to work on my computer. That's fine. I did the dress-up game. It was bad. It was bad. Just hitting record. Whew, bad. It's because there were so many animations in it. It just wasn't going to work. But I think there's some games where I just can't get them a window that I can manage to record on and maybe make those into a video, yada yada yada. I think that can work. So hopefully that's okay. In another rebrand soon. Sorry. It's only because I feel nostalgia for my first ever username, which, if you know the ancient text, you were there. There is plenty of lost media of me. When I used to be, was it Wii of 7 or Wii of Rock? Wii of 7 was the first one, then it was Wii of Rock. Which was a misspelling of Sweet Escape, the woohoo, woo. I misheard it. My bad. I fully misheard it. And then I found out there's a soundbite also technically in Buddy Holly by Weezer, and that was my theme song for a while. So I'm just mixing those, and also my username is so long I can't actually make it my I can't make it my Minecraft username or my Twitter username. So that sucks. And it really genuinely fucking annoys me. So, yay. We will be changing it soon. Whenever you see this, because I'm mixing up things. It's already on my YouTube. I accidentally added a double O. I'm sorry. Well, another O, not a double O, because it's already double. That one, that is what we will be. When you see that, that's me. And if you've watched me long enough, you do know I do this frequently. I do this frequently. If I change my mind, you'll find out again. Sorry. But so far I like the one on my YouTube. It's cute. It reminds me of the good old days. The good old days being when I was like 17, 18. I was streaming every day for like a year. Just every day. On my phone, by the way. Random mobile. Should we bring back a mobile game day? Would that work? Can I get something on my phone to AirPlay on my computer? This could happen. I just have to turn my notifications off. Could I get that to work? If I can, we could have some mobile game days. We just gotta hope and pray no one needs to call me. Hope. We could hope and pray. I love. Maybe N can be Genshin Impact. Sorry. I don't even think I can manage to play it on my computer. I'm also really bad on my computer. But favorite. Oh, I miss Mobile Dead by Daylight. That's what I miss. I'm so sad it's gone. I'm so sad. It was so fun though. It was so fun. I love those. I used to get chased on those maps every single round. Pisses me off. Me and Dwight were good friends. He was the only one I didn't have to pay to play. Ooh, we can also play Black Cats. Any of these mobile games I could probably feasibly do if I can get it up on my computer. So that's an option as well. That's up there. In mobile games, I've explained that. So, is there some? Oh, that's hair. Okay. In cold water. I didn't realize I was lacking on cold water. I was. More ins. Vitamins. Sometimes you can't afford a fruit. Sometimes you have to get a vitamin. I have to do that soon, so. Yay. Ends. Hair clips. But don't wear them in your car, because if you get into a wreck, pow, it will get straight to your skull. Ends. Curly haircuts. I don't care how stupid they look when it's straightened. You know it looks good when your hair is in its natural state. So I don't care to hear the complaining. I don't care. Every single time I see it, I'm just like, well, duh. It's not what your hair normally looks like. Curly hair layers and straight hair layers are completely different. They just are. And if you can't recognize that, don't ask for layers. If your hair is curly, you do need layers. This is just a fact. But if you can't recognize it's not going to look the same, then good luck. Good luck. Oh. Out. Sorry, I have to do it. No, we'll do positive. In 24 episode long seasons, we need to bring that back. More ends, color grading, fun colors in TV shows, hiding green screens, practical effects, in horror movies that are just fun, in horror movies that know that they are bad and that is what you are here for, in reality TV shows where they actually vet the contestants so that no evil crimes have happened that they have to do a whole cover on in the reunion. And it's getting ridiculous on some of these reality TV show sites. In fake plants, in real plants, in any kind of plant. I'm trying to be positive. Thanks. In fun book covers that aren't corporate coded. I hope that makes sense. In that was scary. In trail cam videos, I love them. Ooh, in underwater videos, love those. In over decorating. I like a full house more than an empty one. It gets scary. It gets scary, guys. It just feels so plain. Okay, that's my ins and outs of this year, of last year, whatever. Out that year, in this one. Resolutions. I have many. I already told you. No spin year. I held myself to that. I want to study more, just recreationally. I want to upload twice a month, at least. That's my goal. Don't expect that this month, though. I want to have a steady routine. I'm very bad with making routines, which is really fun. Because currently my routine is just go work, go sleep. That's my day. That's my routine that I am accustomed to. So I want to make an actual routine that includes self-care in that. Right now, this is part of it. So we're building up. We're making good habits. I did not want to put a part there. Oh god. Watch more TV shows so I know more things. I want to watch Industry. All I've seen is that there is an evil character and they're the best. And I support evil people. I support evil women. That's okay. I think that's okay. More resolutions. My main one was just don't spend anything. Everyone should build their savings. Oh, that's just the mint. I thought some resolutions maybe get diagnosed with something. Because I shouldn't have thought there was a hand coming out of my mint. That's the clasp of the mint. I had this issue where I just continue my brain has a function that I don't understand, that I genuinely need to talk to a professional about. I don't know what the consensus of that would be, but I've brought it up at least 10 different times here, where it's very odd. Very odd. I don't know what it is. It's not like hypochondria. Most of the time, it's just a random thing. And like I have to like fix it's a whole thing. I know some of my siblings also have it, so it's just another resolution, somewhat travel, even if that just means locally. Even if that just means find restaurants nearby. That's the best I can do with traveling. I can't really go too far. I'm gonna set in stone. I need to read 50 books this year. Online podcast, whichever, they have to be 50. That's gonna be my list. I have horrible storage on my phone, so I did just have to delete a lot of my reading trackers. So I might have to just manually do that. I also want to write more because I have a crazy amount of ideas that I just kind of leave in my brain. And that's not doing anything. Whose favor is that? Nobody's. So, we'll hope and pray that goes well. There's a couple where I just don't, they're kind of stupid. And one I thought of, one I've put some art somewhere, but they're not very good. So I just kind of took it down. Sorry. Where it's this family, they're bad. It was medieval, but I was thinking of bumping it to maybe 1940s, 1970s, that 30-year range, maybe. Because there was, in my head, this was like, there was an idea before it came out that the president's son was placing bets on war. The idea was that this family had built wealth off betting on war because they had they were manufacturing stuff for war. So they were placing bets and funding those bets with the manufacturing, and so they would just keep hoping for war and keep trying to induce war to keep money funding. It was just one branch of that family because they were a whole lot of things, and that was an idea. Is that technically dystopian? I don't know. I also want to read more sci-fi. That's my goal. That's one resolution. Read more sci-fi. Because I watched Three Body Problem. I think that's completely fucking interesting. And so I looked at some of the other authors' works. That's so... I just find that interesting. I didn't know hard sci-fi was like a thing. And it is a little bit concerning. But I do want to dip my toes in. If you have to treat it like it's 100% real, I find that fun. But I also think people who like try to make critiques in that, or it's like, it wouldn't make sense in real life. How is that real hard sci-fi? Because it's not real. Because it's not. Pretending it's real is the game. It's the game, and losing is not necessarily bad. It just means sometimes it won't make sense. Because sometimes it won't. It just won't. So yeah, I want to read more sci-fi. I want to read more of those. And I want to also maybe read more alternative history, because there's some concepts in that I think are fun. I'm gonna stick away from romance novels this year. Not like I ever actually do them on purpose, but I normally just find myself not liking them that much. I just find them very annoying. I just can't. Not even AO3. No. I know what it is. No. I like where it's very, there are certain species I don't find annoying to read, but there's some that I do. And it gets gratuitous a little bit. So, even in any scope of things, You know, because love, I love an AU, I love an introspection on characters, but occasionally, not great. Occasionally, pisses me off. So, that's one. Maybe resolutions to read more non-English authors. They would have to be translated. But I do find some of those works to be, you know, there's more concepts outside of a Western sphere that you should be introduced to. So that's one of my resolutions. Just basically read more, but with less pressure of a reading tracker that I actually make. Of course, I can always make my own reading tracker and give myself stickers. This could always work. This could work. I love doing them. I love a good sticker. I just have to do the whole thing. And another resolution that I have. Ignore what it says on the front. But, again, the only grocery shopping I can do is at the dollar store. So, my resolution to go with my husband year is to actually keep track of my money. Because I know where it goes, and I know what my most recent spends, because I haven't spent anything. 2 days. 2-day streak. Woohoo! Duolingo. It's because I had cash so I can spend other stuff. It's, you know, the whole thing. So, budgeting. Resolution. I don't know. This belongs to Nan. So it's just keeping track of expenses, due dates, yada yada yada, everything, and, you know, just regular run-of-the-mill expenses. Hopefully this will help me budget, because we're rough out here, you know. Woohoo. You know, there is a tip page. Guilt tripping now. If you ever wanted to, please don't do that just because what I just said then. I just am bad with savings, so I'm trying. And I don't understand what people mean when they say invest. Here. I know some people have investment accounts. How the fuck does that? I don't know. I'll probably have to Google it. So yeah, those are my resolutions. Maybe understand investments. Take a course on those. So yeah, those are my resolutions. If anyone wants to put in theirs, I'd love to hear. Yeah. Otherwise, it's about, oh god, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I hope we had a great chat. I hope we have. So, woohoo. I'll end off. I will see if anyone's live. Let's see. For the 3 of you. Let's see. I hope you guys like Lego Marvel. My mouse not working. That's fun. Where? Why are you not working? Oh my god, it's like, come back on. That's, wait. Let's see if this works. Haven't done this in a while. Oh my god. Oh, do I have to do it with the same capitalization? I don't know. I hope you guys like Lego Marvel, and be nice. Snow _ Let's see if my check is working. You bitch, I literally. How is that invalid? That's okay. We're gonna try again. It'll work. It'll work this time. Okay. Oh, you bitch. It's because it's in that fucking thing. It's being annoying. That's okay. We'll live. We'll live, you guys. Okay. party. We'll have fun. Oh my god, my thing is not working. I can't even see. Okay, I'm gonna end off here. I will see you guys Monday. Okay. Bye, 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 bye.